Hi, thanks for checking out our channel here. We've got over 700 videos on YouTube as of August of 2021. So if the first time you've ever seen our video, we appreciate you finding us, and if you'd like to subscribe, we'd be appreciative of that as well. And if you've got one of these old Gallagher S22s, we'd be happy to take a peek at it for you. We do give free quotes, and we put a 1.5-year warranty on the repairs that we do. All this information on that little card is down in the description area. So if you didn't catch it, you can back up and pause the video and watch it, see it again, or just click the little drop down arrow and find us, click on one of the links down there. So I don't know what's wrong with this thing. We're going to flip the switch on here, see what it does. Alright, red light's flashing on the front. Not very loud on its clicking, but let's put a fence tester across there and see what we get. Seems to be working fine. Man, someone put those on there with a pair of vice grips or something. Man, that's hard to... On S22, this is normal. This on right at the fence and ground, it's about normal. It should be 5.5, give or take. And we're reading about 6. Let's take a put a pair of needle nose across it, and we'll see. Almost sparks, so the load's working fine on it. So at the moment, nothing wrong with it. I'll grab the note here on it, see what the note says about it. I've got a bunch of notes here from different units I've worked on today. Trying to find the right one. Says it doesn't put out the right bolts. But it is. For this unit, this is what it's supposed to put out. Let me show you a trick with these real quick that you can... When Gallagher came out with these S22s, they changed the board up a bit, and they got a sharper discharge coming out of them. A lot of meters that were built for units before the S22 version made for the slower, it's not a slower discharge rate, but it's a sharper discharge when the little curve comes up and it pulses down when it discharges. It's a sharper discharge out of it, so it's the wall testers aren't quick enough to pick up the full reading, so it's probably reading about 80-90% of what it's actually putting out. And the way to get around that, to be able to see exactly what you're getting out of it, you got to hook up to a good length of fence. But the way that we can do it here, we can put a bit of wire on it. So we'll strip off a little bit here. So their problem, they probably got either not enough ground rods or they got a bad short in the fence. So we'll grab this black wire here, strip off it. And I'll find the other end of the black wire. Strip off it. Clip one lead onto here from our tester, and we do the same thing over here. Strip off the other end of the red wire, and what this should do, should go up by at least 1,000 plus volts. Typically that's what's going to happen, because what it's doing, it's allowing that discharge to spread out a little bit more, not by much, just a little bit. Allow these testers to pick them up a little quicker. Gallagher actually had to make a newer version board on their testers to compensate for that, for those readings. And Gallagher actually had to change their cheat sheet that they use for voltages and stuff to tell you what they're supposed to put out. Yeah, we're getting about 6,900 volts out of it. So we gained about 1,000 volts, and that's what these are supposed to put out. This is normal for this S22 and this version. This is normal. There's nothing wrong with it so far. I'm gonna check the battery. It's clicking, so I imagine, and it's flashing, so I imagine the battery's good. And it's got the newest board in it. 2018 model, and let's check the battery real quick. I don't think the battery's an issue because it's just coming on and flashing, so the battery's doing its job. 6.4 roughly. We'll check the solar panel through the battery leads. Put the switch on for the light, and then we'll leave the unit turned off, and we'll go across here. And we should have about 7. .1 to 7.3, so the battery's good. The solar panel is doing its job. So I don't know. There's nothing wrong. I can't find anything wrong with it. They must have a bad short in the fence, or the ground system's dry or not adequate for some reason. But it's working fine here. So, well, they got 2 of them here, so we'll go grab the second one and try it out. So give me a second, I'll go grab that second one, and we'll do 2 for 1 in this video. Okay, I've got the second one here. Note says doesn't put right volts and bottom's broken. Oh, yeah, fell off T-post or something. Let's get this other tape off here. Alright, so we'll have to put a new bottom base on it, which is not a big deal. I've got those in stock. You can see wasps have been making a nest in there. There's a new base for them. Alright, let's check this battery real quick, see what it reads before we turn it on and play around with it. 6.3 volts, so battery's okay. Let's check that solar panel voltage through the battery wires. Turn it, make sure it's turned off, and we'll go across the two wires here. Should be around 7. 7.2. The solar panel's fine. Alright, let's hook this battery back up since we know it's good. Alright, well, the lights come on and it's flashing and you can hear it clicking. Let's put tester across it. Reading fine, so there's nothing wrong with this one either. It is missing the red knob. I'll find a knob for it here in a minute. It's in the case still, but nothing wrong with it. It works fine. I don't know how they were testing it. They didn't have any notes about that. Put this in here. And then we'll take some tape here and we'll let's just see what it reads with a Gallagher tester, just to see, compare apples to apples. Should be about 5.5, give or take. All right, let's put these wires on here. Let me find a knob for this thing real quick. I got this orange one out of work. God dang. Yeah, we went from 5.8 to 6.8 just by adding this little bit of wire to it. And that's right where this is supposed to be at. There's technically nothing wrong with this thing. Alright, so I'll light them both up, and we'll just charge them a little time on it. We're charging for that base knob, and a little time, not much, and then shipping to get it back to them. Other than that, I can't fix when it's not broken. So I hope you like this kind of stuff. If you got one of these, want to send it in to us for repair, be happy to take a look at it. Fencerfixer.com is our website. Like to subscribe to the channel, YouTube channel. We'd be happy for you to do that. But until next time, we'll see you guys later on.